The armed forces are there to protect us, to fight on our behalf, to ensure our safety when there's a threat it may be taken away. As children, we're told all about the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the special soldiers who work hard to solve problems very, very quietly. We hear of their successes, see them on the news working hard, and sadly, those who didn't make it back. Of those who paid the ultimate price. What we don't hear about, though, are those who come home early with injuries visible and injuries that are not. Of the mental anguish they go through processing their experiences, or of the long road to recovery littered with hurdles. There are charities set up to help them out. One such charity is Mission Motorsport, which uses fast cars to get former forces members back on their feet, prosthetic or otherwise.
So my name's James Cameron and I'm the CEO of the Forces Motorsport charity, Mission Motorsport. The Race of Remembrance is a flight of lunacy. It's the culmination of our sporting year. So we get to come together at the end of the year in order to celebrate our motor racing programme, which is the thing that really kicks off a lot of our work, which is all about helping those wounded, injured and sick and helping them find themselves in a better place. We've just had a drivers briefing with over 200 drivers in it, 45 teams and 7 classes. And I'm not really sure how we've got there. What I can tell you is it's absolutely phenomenal. We'll peak at over 76 beneficiaries here on Saturday while we run a supercar event just in between qualifying and the race starting itself.
Mission Motorsport hosts the Race of Remembrance at Anglesey Circuit. In 2017, a 12-hour endurance race. It marks the end of the race calendar and is a jolly good weekend of racing for some. For Mission Motorsport beneficiaries, it's a chance to race or be part of a team and to show what they can do despite their injuries. For Lionel O'Connor, it was a chance to race for the first time. His steed, a race-prepped Honda CR-V, an SUV.
My name is Lionel O'Connor and we're racing a CR-V at Anglesey, Race of Remembrance. Mission Motorsport has done a lot for me, from getting me out of my house to allowing me to help other people who are in a similar position as me. So I started off back in 2012, started doing some track days. The boss asked me what I was interested in. I told him stuff like drifting and stunts was my kind of thing. At the time there wasn't anything like that, but after a few months they had something in place. I was the one heading up the car control team, so I've been doing that for about 3 years now. But the charity allows me to bring my family with me, so whether it's the kids or the missus, you know, they come along, even my brother, parents, they come along to some events and they get to see and be involved in what I'm doing. Not only my own family, but once you've been around for a while, you get to know everyone else and you know, it becomes your extended family. Yeah, the CR-V is great. You know, I've never raced before, so I've never been in a proper race car. So for me to jump in this, in now a proper race car for me, I'm learning a lot, you know. And I mean, it looks awesome too.
He'd be racing with the man in charge of Mission Motorsport, Major James Cameron, Paralympic cyclist John Allen Butterworth, and shiny-headed first-time racer and motoring journalist, me. The Friday before the event is for vehicle testing and setup, a chance to see how the Honda went before it was taken out to race. It was also there for night-time qualifying. Each team member had to get 3 clean laps in to qualify for the race on the next day. Each car is fitted with some serious lighting kit, but the biggest light bar in the world can't prepare you for how dark it is out there. Looking far ahead becomes impossible. Faster, smaller, lighter cars come at the CR-V from all angles. For the pros, not a problem, but for a novice, every sense was assaulted. Distances are hard to tell, moves impossible to predict, times irksomely slow. The car, however, made for a damn fine racer. On Saturday morning, there may have been some sore heads, but also a pit lane determined to race its Nomex socks off.
I'm Will Reeks and I'm pit crew for the Honda here at Race of Remembrance. I've been with really, well with Jim particularly before it started. Jim was my OC in Afghanistan when I got hit. Yeah, well it was December 2010, I was in a vehicle with a Warthog, we just checked out there, went over an IED, explosion. After that I was in induced coma for 11 days. At the time I had both my legs, but I also had a broken back, punctured lung, and I lost my spleen. After 3.5 months, that's it, the leg came off. And over that time, my right leg, the bone wasn't healing properly at all. Let's take it off, so about 2 years after that, my right leg came off. Yeah, it's great what Mission Motorsport do. I can come and go, and when the time I come back, it's like I haven't been away. We're doing a sport we love, we're with people who we all get on with, and we're all here for the same cause, and we're all here for the remembrance, and it's really special, it's really good.
Practice took place in the morning, followed by daytime qualifying. With light on side and less fear, times tumbled, confidence soared, and a fair few BMWs were taken down. Over 40 cars would be on the grid. Citroën C1s, Caterhams, Lotuses, many varieties of Mazda MX-5, BMW Compacts, some rather spicy stuff, and the CR-V. It was time for the first 6 hours of the race to start. The first day would run until 9 PM, then all the cars would be put in parc fermé overnight until 0900 the next day, when the race would restart in the daylight. Seeing something as large as a Honda CR-V hammering round a racetrack in full livery is bizarre. To see it overtaking so many things at the hands of Major Jim, awesome. The car performed brilliantly, its diesel power negating the need to refuel as often as petrol-powered competition. Eventually, with not long left to go before the 2100 cutoff, I hopped in the car and had a crack at night racing properly. It was terrifying, exciting, exhilarating, and all-consuming. During the last driver change, the car had been left running while refueling, netting us a drive-through penalty. All I had to do was spot the pitboard calling in car 102 and drive through. However, I didn't see it, despite the team's best efforts.
What's going to be quite good is that we know, because of that mistake, he's going to be buying the first beers in the bar.
Pits, the mocking was justifiably endless. It was deserved, and it was also quite creative. The fact I only got us another drive-through penalty was a miracle. The car was flawless, one of its drivers less so. On Sunday morning, the sun shone, and I hopped in the car again. C1s were picked off, a yellow BMW Compact was taken with gusto, and later it was time to swap drivers so some proper racing with a proper race driver could occur. The CR-V wasn't only a bit quicker than expected, but in the right hands with some light rain, our all-wheel drive family car had enough grip and stopping power to own the corners.
My name's Jack Taylor. I'm a Chinook technician by trade, heavy, so I deal with engines, airframes, flying controls, hydraulics and stuff. On the 6th of October 2014, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. This was in England, this was back on camp. And I got hit in the head by a break-back torque wrench, and I sustained TBI, a traumatic brain injury, and a lot of stuff that comes with it. When you leave, you lose your identity, and Mission brings it back. You're part of that team again, you're part of that camaraderie. You start living again, really. You get out your shell, and it's lovely.
At 10:45 AM, all the racing stopped. The Race of Remembrance takes place on Remembrance Sunday, a day to remember those who gave their lives so that we may keep ours. Everyone gathered in the pit lane for a moving service, some in uniform, some in race suits, some just wearing their day-to-day garb. We all sung, bowed our heads, and took in some moments of silent remembrance. The air was charged and emotions were high. Post-service, it was time to finish the race. Team CR-V performed admirably, driving hard and fast to put the car in as high a place as possible. But something odd happened. We were under no illusion that we'd do very well. We were there for fun. We were in a CRV after all, and our class, the invitational one, was full of some quick cars. But as the sun made its way down, with Lionel O'Connor at the wheel, we got some fantastic news. The CRV, Car 102, had come third in its class. Retiring to the post-race awards event, there was a chance to reflect not only on what we'd done over the past few days, but the people who'd made it happen. Will, the tyre hero, Jack, who'd made sure we were always installed safely in the car, Lionel, without whom there would be no CRV, and the many others in the room, at the track, those who are out there in the world, who have seen service and through no fault of their own lost everything they'd come to love and know. Witnessing the people and their courage was an honour. Seeing who they are and what they can do, a privilege. Recovery is a long road, but Mission Motorsport does its best to make it a good one.